Vive la révolution! Mort aux tyrans! Hi, this is Not Inquisitor. Today it's going to be another review of the Secret Societies of Thea. This is book 2, the Rilaciare, the Free Thinker. As you can see on the cover, Vero Coraggio. This is the Latin, or in 7th, the Newman motto of the Secret Society, and that means true courage. The Rilaciare are called the Free Thinkers, and they are dating back to the Newman Empire, so they are really an old secret society, and they are secret in all the sense of the word. In the shadows of Thea lurks a strange and unique conspiracy. Men and women who refuse to accept the status quo, who challenge authority in all forms, and who fight to free humanity from its self-imposed limitation. Whether with pamphlets on the streets or bombs beneath buildings, the Rilaciare battles for a golden future that only it can see. So the Rilaciare are really revolutionaries. They are against government, they are especially against monarchy and against sorcery. In 7th, when you are born with sorcery in your blood, most likely you will be a noble. And the Rilaciare are the enemy of nobility and sorcery, because they want justice, they want equality between all people. They want to abolish the government and senseless laws. If certain countries have laws that make no sense, the Rilaciare will be very active. So if you have a progressive society, the Rilaciare will be most likely less active. So the history of the Rilaciare is kind of interesting. It goes way back to the Newman Empire. It goes, in fact, way back to what they call the Pact. You see, there's these senator in the Newman time that successfully summoned a dark creature in a big ritual. And these senator, I think there were 7 of them, I think. They successfully summoned what the creatures known as the Bargainer. And they successfully negotiated a pact with them. And each senator received a magical gift in its blood. A gift that were transmitted to their children and their descendants. And so was born the sorcery in 7th. All the sorcery that is kind of a little bit evil, like the Porti, the Sorti, or the El Fuego Ardento, or all these sorcery type. Some of them are disappeared, and some one of them make it back in this book in some form. But more on that later. So the Rilaciare were kind of witness of this event, this big event. And the witnesses of this event knew that the sorcery came from the Bargainers. It was not a legitimate act of Theus to make them noble. The sorcerers were given this power, and they just received it from, like, the devil. So so for the Rilaciare, everything sorcery is have a connotation of bad stuff, and you don't own that power. You were given that power a long time ago by these alien creatures. these mysterious demonic figures. So the Rilasiari are really revolutionaries. You know, like the character V in V for Vendetta. It's or Guy Fawkes or any revolutionary you can think of, Guevara, etc., etc. So the Rilasiari are composed of several factions inside the free thinkers. There is the Freeman League. There are pranksters, public nuisance, and discordians. They're a constant nagging for the government. They go about at night and make some graffitis on official government buildings, and they will lit fire on official paperwork, or they will place bombs left and right just to throw off the order. Then you have the Free Thought Society. They're mostly composed of old people. They're mostly moderated in their action. They're really philosophical and all about talkings, and they will mostly act as a power behind the throne. They will slightly nudge politics in one way or the other to attain their goal. There is the Guerrilla Alliance, or Guerrilla. Them have a part in active wars. They want peace now, but they want to do it with violent action. So they will help any revolutionaries on the war side of things. Then you have the Liberation Guilds. The Liberation Guild are a thieves guild, essentially. They want they want to distribute back the wealth to the poor. They want to make the wealthy less wealthy, and they want to just liberate people that are good, and especially when they are in jail, they will do missions to break this person out of jail. So yeah. Also there is the oppositionist. Their job is about the identification of sorcerers, the observation of their bloodline and family to be just really sure who have the gift, and then possibly assassinate them at random times and by any means necessary. So these oppositionists really oppose sorcery in a direct way. It's their main missions. And then finally you have the couriers, and these are secret messengers that will deliver message all around the world. And generally these guys are so not obvious that it's kind of assumed that any message that the Rilasiari will send anywhere in the world will be in absolute security. And I had a character in a game that was a courier for the Rilasiari. So he was not an active person throwing bombs and planting bombs and planning assassination. No, he was a hero, but he was transporting message left and right. It was pretty good. So being a very secretive secret society, the Rilasiari have a standard ways of communicating in secret. They have what they call the code coat. It's how you wear your coat that is sending message to other freethinkers. Also, they have building marks. They have visual codes for graffiti to send message to other Rilasiari. Being a part of this society gives you some advantage. you have what they call true courage. Since you are educated and teach about the true reason for sorcery, you kind of know what you are fighting at the root. So every member of the Rilasiari have access to this true courage. So for instance, it will give you one extra dice on any resolve roll one time per game. You have also access to weapon cache, so you'll never run out of guns and sword and bomb. You have access to a lot of stuff to hurt people. You have also access to the courier network, so you can move message in absolute security all around Thea. They're kind of against sorcery, but there is a NPC in the book that is a Porte Mage that uses GIF for good. He uses GIF to move message all around the world in a nearly instantaneous way. There, he is kind of tolerated, but he's really on the watch list, and any false move and he will know a quick and swift death. You also have the advantage of having many connections in the group. So they are all linked together. The book proposes new schools like the Vipera Ex Mossis, which is an assassination school. Basically, it's knife and stealth and dirty tricks and dirty fighting. And another school is the it's kind of hard to pronounce, it's in German. It's Zerterung. The Zerterung is one of the sorcery that was given by the bargainer, but it disappeared. So you have a rule to play a Zerterung sorcerer in there, but the book assumed that you won't. The book assumed that this lineage is gone, and that the Rilasiari was successful in that sense. But you can add this super rare sorcery bloodline in your game if you want to, but it's a very powerful one. The Zerterung sorcerer is all about decay and of materials and disintegration. So they will get out of any jail, they will disintegrate anything that have a use or a value. So it's really, really, I would not recommend to play to allow this sorcery in your game, but it's your game ultimately. It's really on the bad side of thing. It's really an evil sorcery, but yeah. And they're proposing also new skills like the arson skill, how to prepare fire and flammable liquid and all that stuff to burn buildings and all that stuff, and bomb making. So you see, for free thinkers, they're really revolutionaries, making bombs and stuff. They propose also new advantages. So you have the bargainer's secrets. This advantage costs 5 points, and it gives you the ultimate conviction that sorcery is not part of the natural evolution. So you will be more resistant to sorcery. Then you have debater. You are more able to debate and get your ideas across. Also, there is a safe house. You can be a part of a safe house or build one of your own. And there is the famous Upman codes. The Upman's code is like this code that have secret pockets, and each code is different. So you can have a picklock and small items on you that are really hard to find. these coats are really made well, and if you wear one, you can be pretty sure that nobody will find this little items in your pocket. There are some new rules at the end of the book. Rules for creating a freethinker cell, rules for explosive like grenades, bombs, and such. And there is a lot of NPCs in this book with all their agendas and motivation, and it already paint a great tapestry for your campaign if you want to use this society, so that your PC can interact with several NPCs of different faction, and have it going. So if you want to play a revolutionary in 7th, if you want to play the secret messenger, if you want to play the guy who knows the real truth about the sorcery and want to take it down, or if you want to be this flag bearer on the front of war, this guy will try to free people, good people, from the bad monarchy and sorcery. This is a book for you. So thanks for watching, and have a good game.